Hey everyone, welcome back to some new I Don't Work Here Lady stories. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel.
The first story is called Doesn't Matter If You Are on a Break. So, the last holiday season when I still worked for good old GameStop, there was a McDonald's a block away that I decided to go to for my lunch break. We don't have a uniform per se, we just have to wear either a nice shirt or one that we sell and some nice pants and a name tag. I'm standing in line after ordering my food, and this kid and his mum are standing a couple feet away from me, and I hear the following. The mum said, "It's okay, she works there, she'll be able to tell you." And the kid said, "Yes, mum, but she looks like she's on her break." The mother didn't care. "Oh, it doesn't matter, ask her, so we don't have to waste a trip." I kind of roll my eyes but turn to the kid when he walks over and ask him what's up. He then asks me if my store had some random, obscure PlayStation 3 game in stock. I kind of smiled, shrugged, and said I had no idea, you'd have to call and ask or go up there and check. The mum gets really huffy when she hears that and is like, "We don't want to waste all that time if you don't have it, so if you could just look it up on your phone that'd be great." At this point, my food is ready, so I grab it and just shake my head at the lady. "Sorry, but I'd have to be at a computer to do that. Listen, I have to go, I only have 10 minutes left of my break and I haven't eaten yet. Just call the store and they can check for you." I just kind of book it out of there and go back to the store and eat. A little bit later, the pair comes into the store and the lady tries to report me to my manager for refusing to help her at McDonald's. My manager just laughs at her and says I wasn't on the clock or even in the store, so she can't help her. We didn't have the game, by the way. The next story is called I Am the Manager. I work as a management consultant at a firm where we travel to companies and businesses to improve their organization in certain areas. I won't get into the details of the work as it does not matter in this case. I have been at the company for about a week, meeting with the management team to gather information in order to start analyzing potential risk areas. The building that we are in has about 100+ employees, all for the same company. I have just finished an entire morning with my team and some of the company's managers and directors. I decided to take a short break to grab a coffee at the cafeteria downstairs. On my way to the elevator, a lady in her mid-40s called towards my direction, and it went like this. She screamed, "Hey, you, come here." I completely ignored her as I didn't think she was trying to get my attention, so I kept on walking towards the elevator. Now in my peripheral vision, I see her speed walking towards me and she immediately got into my personal space in seconds. She said, "Hey Junior, I'm talking to you, how dare you ignore me?" Note that I am in my late 20s, but thanks to my Asian gene, I look like I'm 18 to 20. This is probably why bouncers at bars always triple-check me. My visitor pass is also clipped to my belt. I was thinking I misheard that she cussed at me and said, "I'm sorry, what did you say?" And she said, "Are you as incompetent as you are deaf? Go to IT and let them know my computer is having issues with printing. And while you are at it, grab me some supplies from downstairs." So I said to her, "Sorry miss, but I don't work for you, I'm just trying to get a coffee." And she really didn't like that, so what, as an intern, you should be listening to orders from all senior level people. Also, you shouldn't be on a coffee break when everybody else is working. I tried again, "Wait, what, no, you don't understand." But she immediately cuts me off. "Listen, kid, you get that done right now or I'm gonna report you to your manager for poor teamwork and ignoring helps of others." And I said to her, "First, you need to talk calmly and politely, then you need to understand that I don't." And she cuts me off again. "I'm the manager, you are not. Now, I don't want to hear your lazy excuses, just get it done now, I have an important meeting in the afternoon." And with that, she storms off. Obviously, I'm not going to do what she asked. So I shrugged it off and got my warm caffeinated lover. Also, I know one issue to bring up on why the company is losing young talents so quickly. The afternoon meeting starts again and we are to meet with a new set of managers from other departments. Lo and behold, the woman from earlier enters the room, muttering something with a director. She looked at me and immediately said, "That's the kid who didn't get my things fixed, so I don't have all the files ready. Why the heck is he here?" I guess at the moment she said that something clicked in her head and she realized I'm not with the company, but rather the people they pay a hefty bill rate for. I explained the situation briefly because I wanted to get the current day agenda out of the way. And I said to her that we can speak with human resources after the meeting to clear up the issue. She sat through the meeting without saying a single word unless we asked her questions directly regarding her department. I am certain that she got in a ton of trouble with human resources and her supervisors as I didn't see her for the remaining 3 weeks I was there. All of her department information was handled by a guy who supposedly reports to her. The third story is called, Would You Give Them the Job? I was doing some late night shopping on a Sunday night in Walmart when this woman comes up to me. She said, "Excuse me, I need help finding these items." And with that, she shoves a list to my chest. So I tell her, "I'm sorry, miss, I don't work here." I think that was the wrong thing to say as she just explodes on me. She screams, "Don't be lazy, you are in the uniform." My shirt was the same color as a Walmart employee's, but I was not an employee. So I tell her, "It's the same color, but I repeat, I'm not an employee, I can't help you." She screamed, "Screw you, you lazy idiot. Get me your manager. I'm going to get you fired." I decided to just walk away. She yells and tries to chase after me, but I keep running until I lose her. Then I go and pay for my things. Now, a week later, I was told I would be interviewing someone who was applying for the secretary position in our company. So, I go to the interview room and call in the applicant. I look at the picture on the application form and my eyes widened. It was the same woman. Now, this was too perfect. She came in, saw me, gasps. "Take a seat, please," I said, and she sits down, looking pale. Oh, I was going to enjoy this, but I conducted the interview as professionally as possible. I asked, "So, if someone came up to you and asked for help in a place you did not work, then you told them you didn't work there, and then they yell at you and then they come to a job interview and you were the one interviewing them, what would you do? Would you give them a job?" She did not get the job and I got some payback. The next story is called, Karen Thinks She Is Above the Law. As part of my actual job, my company sends me to different clinics to audit their invoices. This is to ensure insurance companies aren't getting scammed for unnecessary or UN-performed patient procedures. It happens more than you know. Normally, when I'm at a clinic, they'll stick me in an unused office or a cubicle so I'm out of sight and don't interfere with their normal operations. However, during this clinic visit, they didn't have anywhere to put me except the front desk with the receptionist. This wasn't a problem for me since it does happen on occasion and I'm just there to get the job done and head out. So, I'm sitting there at the front office desk looking over the clinic's documents when the receptionist gets called back to assist with a patient. After a few minutes, I hear someone cough slightly to the right of me and I look up. I'll call her Karen because she had the haircut and the attitude. Karen said, in a rude voice, "I've been standing here for the past couple of minutes and you've yet to acknowledge me. You should be ashamed of yourself. Is this how this clinic is run?" I said to her, "I'm sorry ma'am, the receptionist just stepped out for a moment, she'll be back soon, I can't help you as I don't work here." She looks me up and down like she's judging how I'm dressed. I should mention that I'm dressed in standard business attire, blazer, shirt, tie, and black slacks with my company logo and name tag hanging from a lanyard. Karen then said, "How stupid do you think I am? You're sitting at the front desk of a clinic dressed like that and you don't work here? I should file a complaint against you with your boss." I answered, "Listen, ma'am, I've already told you I don't work here, take it or leave it. I work for this company." And with that, I hold up my badge. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to get back to my work. And with that, I start to ignore her. Karen was infuriated, "How dare you? Do you know who I am? My husband works with the owner of this clinic and he'll be hearing about your poor customer service skills." I was still looking at documents and said, "Good for him. I repeat, I don't work here, wait for the receptionist." Karen tries to change tactics and fake smiles at me. "Look, I'm sure you're busy so I won't take much of your time. All I need to know is my daughter-in-law's next appointment. Her name is this, it shouldn't take you too long to find her in your calendar. I just need to know what time it is so I can be here to meet her." I was now looking at her. "Are you deaf? I've already told you I don't work here and even if I did, you're asking me to violate the law. Do you know how serious that is? You need to ask her directly if she's actually willing to have you with her, though I doubt it." Karen escalated, "You don't know what you're talking about. That idiot should have told me when she was scheduling her first ultrasound. That's my grandchild in there and I need to be here to see him. Now tell me when her appointment is, otherwise, I'll have you fired." I said to her, "You need help lady, you need to leave now before I have someone call security." And Karen exploded, "You are threatening me?" The doctor and receptionist hear the loud commotion and come out to the front desk. The doctor asked, "What's going on here?" So I explained, "This woman doesn't understand that I don't work for you and she's trying to find out her in-law's appointment." Karen was now panicking. She points at me, "Your receptionist has been useless and won't give me the information I've asked for. He needs to be fired." The receptionist said, "He doesn't work here." "Doctor, I'll take care of this," and she intercoms the security office. "Hi, we need a guard to come to our office to escort someone out. She's disturbing one of our vendors," and says, "Thank you, once they confirm someone will be here shortly." Once Karen realizes she's about to be escorted out, I'm not leaving, I have a right to know how my grandson is doing, I have a right. She starts shouting profanities at us for a couple of minutes when a burly security guard arrives and tells her to leave, otherwise he'll call the police on her for trespassing. She refuses, so he grabs her by the arm and drags her screaming out of the office. That was the last I saw of her, but the receptionist called the daughter-in-law to inform her what just happened. After the call, the receptionist laughs and tells me that the in-law didn't want the woman anywhere near her and her baby to be. It seems that she and her husband have no contact with her, which explained part of the craziness. The last story is called, I Don't Work For You. Some years ago, I worked at McDonald's. I worked for them for 6 grueling years. First off, my reason for quitting was that they wouldn't accommodate one simple request. I wanted to leave through an alternate exit due to my ex waiting for me in their lobby every day. Every day I came to work in an Uber to avoid walking into him. And every day, he'd come in, order something, and sit for hours staring and glaring at me until my shift would end. He would then follow me outside the door and try to attack me while I'd get into an Uber, only to then show up at my apartment to keep threatening me or to break windows. I begged them for a solid month to just let me leave through another door to get a head start to my ride. And every single time, I'd get some stupid answer and they'd tell me I was overreacting. I basically got sick of constantly wondering which day would be the day he'd come in there to end me. I told my supervisor Mary that if she wouldn't let me leave through an alternate exit, then I'd quit. She just laughed in my face. About a week later, after I called, left a nice resignation letter to the big boss who totally understood, and after dealing with unemployment, I get this phone call. It was Mary. She asked, so, when are you coming in? You've been gone about a week and we're short-staffed. I know the other bosses let you do whatever you like, but I'm putting my foot down, girl. You better be here in 45 or you're fired. I asked her, do you remember the last time I worked with you? And she said, yes, it was over a week ago. You can't keep playing these games, girl, this isn't cute. Your little boyfriend hasn't been here either, so you can calm down now. So I told her, I told you that since you couldn't accommodate my one request, I would quit. I'm even collecting unemployment already. And she tried to threaten me. So, are you coming in or not? Because if you're not, I'm writing you up and I'll make sure you never work anywhere again. So I tried to explain again, Mary, I don't work for you, I quit, and I'm literally collecting unemployment as we speak, what don't you understand? She still persisted, you have 30 minutes. So I just said, fine, I'll be there. Obviously, I didn't go in, but I did block Mary's number and had the time of my life greeting random co-workers she would send to my house to try and get them to bring me into work. She was nuts. My co-workers just got a kick out of getting paid to walk 45 minutes to my house and chill. The ex was taken care of legally eventually and I've since moved. Thanks for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Have a great day. Bye bye.